Hello all. It is Tuesday, August 11th. This is your CRC update. And yes, I did get a haircut. Well, thank you for taking a few minutes to join us. Most of today is just going to be a few announcements. I'm going to close with a little thought that I promise won't be as long as last week. Just a couple announcements, just a reminder, our current worship service plan is 9 a.m. online on Sunday mornings on our Facebook page. You can see that through Facebook Live. And then also we are doing a 10 a.m. outside worship service, weather permitting. We'll let you know by 8 a.m. if we're going to cancel. But so far the weather's been really good for us, so we're thankful about that. In addition, Safe Haven is still collecting school supplies for students in need in our community. They're collecting until August 16th. So if you can pick some extra stuff up, you can turn that in at the Big Red Trailer that's outside in our parking lot. In addition, there's a list of what supplies we're looking for on our website, www.communityreform.net. If you click on Safe Haven, you can see that flyer with the list of those supplies. And also a reminder that Worship on the Farm is taking place this weekend. It starts on Friday and goes through Sunday. There's all sorts of different bands and speakers that will be a part of that. You can find out more information by going to Facebook and looking up the Worship on the Farm page. And if you click over on the discussion piece, you'll see more information about the bands that are coming and the schedule for this weekend. So I encourage you to consider being a part of that. One of the things that I wanted to share just for a few moments is some prayer requests, and really focusing especially on students today. Some of you know Avery McCready. She's going to be a senior this year, but she's choosing to do her senior year at Interlochen, and she's going to be leaving tomorrow to pursue not only the general education piece, but also she's going to be focusing on music and especially singing. So I encourage you to pray for Avery as she spends her senior year at Interlochen. In addition, I'm sure you're well aware that there's lots of questions about school, that administrators and teachers and students are facing a very uncertain school year. And we had a chance to meet with a number of our seniors who are going to be seniors this year, this past week, and just became very present to how much I think we need to pray for them and pray for those that are making decisions, because they're not easy decisions, and obviously there's lots of different perspectives and opinions. But pray for our students who are kind of in the midst of this chaos and living in the uncertainty of what school's going to look like, and are sports going to happen, and to what extent, and all those questions that create a whole bunch of anxiety. I encourage you to be in prayer for our students and for those in leadership who are making decisions, for our school board, for our administrators, for our teachers. I encourage you to be in prayer for all of them. In addition, we're in the midst of this youth search process. It's been a whole year. We've brought up a few candidates. We've offered the job to one, and that person turned us down. So we do have a couple other candidates on our radar currently. Just ask you to keep praying. We are trusting that God's got a plan, and we really want that plan. So pray for the search team. Pray for that person, that we can find them and they can find us. And pray especially for the students in our community. We hope that all kids in our community and surrounding communities have the chance to experience the gift of God's love and hear the story of Jesus. And so just a good reminder to be in prayer for church youth ministries and organizations like Young Life and Youth for Christ and others who are seeking to help connect our kids to Christ. So may you continue to pray for that. And then the last piece, just wanted to share a few words. I'm going to speak at Worship on the Farm on Friday, and the theme that I'm taking on is radical encouragement. And the basis of the message will be out of Hebrews 10, where there's this incredible picture of the reality that the throne room of God is now open to us, that through Christ we can have access to God, that we can hear him and speak to him, and that he obviously speaks to us. And then it concludes with this call to action, and let us consider how we may spur one another on to love and good deeds, not neglecting to meet together as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another all the more as you see the day approaching. And it's such an important text about relationships and about the responsibility we have to both challenge and encourage each other. I love that word spur or provoke, that we're not just simply to accept everything that's taking place, that part of the role that we play in each other's lives is to encourage each other to grow in relationship with Christ, to encourage each other to follow Christ. But then one of the key words in that text is the word encourage, which basically means to inspire courage. And I've had a few experiences recently, both seeing how discouragement hinders us from being who we want to be, how much it changes how we look at kind of what's going on around us. It really does diminish our capacity to be courageous and to be faithful when we're discouraged. But then I've seen a couple instances where I've both felt encouraged and seen others feel encouraged. And the impact that has is significant. The Bible talks about the responsibility we have to build one another up. And I just want to leave you with a challenge today of really look for opportunities today, tomorrow, to encourage somebody. And some of the ways that I think we can do that is by be willing to say, hey, let me tell you what I appreciate about you. Let me tell you how I see God at work in you. Let me tell you about the blessing it is to have you in my life. And let me express to you the significance of the blessing that you are. Let me tell you the good that I see in you. Let me tell you what I see in you that is such an encouragement to me and to others. We need to do more of that. And so parents, I encourage you to do that with your kids. Kids, I encourage you to do that with your parents. Students, do that with your friends. Co-workers, do it with the folks at work. Make it a point to be a person who seeks to encourage. And it's upon that foundation that I really think we set the stage to be able to challenge each other in appropriate and loving ways, but it's really grounded on that willingness to encourage. So speak some words of encouragement to somebody today. Do it again tomorrow. And may we really just be a people of God who seek to encourage not only one another, but encourage the people who God's brought into our life. I hope you have a great week. Look forward to seeing some of you on Sunday.